Hey, welcome, Dave.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
You are, yeah, same for me. I'm happy to have you finally here in my show. Uh, you are the guitarist and co-founder of Nasty Savage, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, started Nasty Savage in 1983. They hadn't been together for very long, so we actually joined the same week in early '83. So
Whoa.
the band actually existed before me and Curtis, but we kind of, we kind of got it made, got it all together and made it better, and then it was before then we started working on material to record the demo.
Yeah. By the way, your sound is a little bit there's a little bit of error in it. Like a small
Oh,
error in the sound. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what
I don't
happened.
know.
Uh,
Neither do I. I
aliens
haven't
there or
changed.
something. I don't
I
know.
haven't changed anything.
Okay. Anyway, Nazi Savage is one of the most underrated US speed metal bands, thrash metal bands from the 80s because I know you, and I know some old schoolers know you, but you were a great band, but yeah, still pretty much in the underground. Uh, well, you released some great records back in the 80s.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. And I wanted to ask you more questions further on. But please
Sure.
introduce yourself and your band to our viewers.
My name is David Austin. I'm in the band Nasty Savage. We started in 1983. We signed
Yeah.
with Metal Blade in 1984, and we had 4 releases between 85 and 89. Nasty Savage debut, Indulgence, Abstract Reality, Penetration Point. Those are the ones that we put out in the 80s. We ended up doing a small little demo called Wage of Mayhem that was released in 2003, and then we did a full length album in 2004 called Psycho Psycho. And
Yes, I have it.
we have a live album called Live in Cleveland, and we have the Live in Cleveland is from '87. And that's the releases that we have. We're from Brandon, Florida. We've been around before death metal started. A lot of these bands that you hear of now, Obituary, Morbid Angels, Brutality, the list goes on. They were all 14, 15 years old in the crowd watching us when we started here in Brandon and Tampa. So, yeah.
Yeah, Florida is very known for his death metal and his Scott Burns productions back in the late 80s, early 90s. I know, the Florida death metal sound. Yeah, you were before that period.
Yeah.
But what bands and artists influenced Nazi Savage in the early days of the band?
Myself, I've always been a guy that likes a wide range of music. It's just, I just didn't sit around and listen to metal all the time. I mean, of course, I listened to a lot of it, but I was a big fan of the '70s Scorpions because I'm a big fan of Uli John Roth. I'm a huge Michael Schenker fan. Richie Blackmore, Jimmy Page, Al Di Meola. Just all a list too long for me to talk about on here, but yeah, I got a lot of those influences. It kind of helped me kind of think out of the box a little bit. I think if you listen to over and over again the same stuff, and all of a sudden you're playing that stuff, you're not creating, it lessens the creativity, in my opinion. And so I listen to a lot of jazz fusion. I listen to a lot of R&B. I listen to some funk. I listen to death metal. Just whatever I'm in the mood for. But I like to try to have a wide variety of music that I listen to.
It's I think it's normal because you also don't eat everyday hamburgers or spaghetti every day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people can listen all the time black metal, and I think, you don't eat every day the same. You don't. Yeah, that's with music too. It's the music where
Sure.
for the mood. What kind of mood you are, and that's yeah, it's a good thing. I think it's to be open-minded, to not close your mind and just one thing, and a little bit boring, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I'll even say that these days, when I go back and listen to like the pop '80s stuff, like Simple Minds and that kind of stuff, I have a new appreciation for those bands. I couldn't stand it,
yeah, yeah,
back then. Some of it I did, but most of it I didn't like. But now that I'm older, when I go back and listen, I'm like, it's pretty damn good.
yeah. I have the same. I was also very close-minded back in the day, like only metal, metal, metal. But
Yeah,
it's getting boring after a while, to
yeah,
listen always the same music.
sure,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Anyway, what's your favorite Nazi Savage album and/or song, and why?
I would say overall, probably our best album is Indulgence. I think it's got a little bit of kind of when we started getting a little bit more technical, maybe, with some of the
Uh,
stuff. A little bit more powerful than the first album. A lot of people will disagree with me. I know so many people that love the first album more than anything else, but
yeah.
Indulgence, I think we were kind of hitting our stride there. My favorite song that I've ever written is probably Aromantic Vertigo off of Abstract Reality. I just like the way the whole song flows. It's got a lot of cool little, harmonies and stuff like that I always love to get into. And I just like the way the solos go back and forth between me and Ben. Yeah, I'm just real proud of that song. I haven't played it probably since 1988 either.
Oh.
I wouldn't even be able to get through the whole song right now without having to figure it out. So it's been so long, but I like that song.
Yeah, for me, I cannot deny that the first album is really, a punch in the face, But I even have the Psycho album, and I like it too. Yeah,
I like it too. I like everything that we've done. I mean,
yeah,
I like some better than others,
yeah.
but for Psycho, we rehearsed as a band 3 days before we went in the studio, and we recorded
Okay.
that whole thing in 9 days. So we were in the studio for a long time because I was actually living in another state at the time we recorded that. So I flew down and I was in the studio for probably 5 days, and then flew back, and then they actually Donald Tardy from Obituary was one of the producers on that record.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm proud of that. This is as much as just as much as I am of anything else we've done. I
Nice.
understand people like the first album because it's brand
It's,
new. It's the
it's
first stuff.
often, eh? It's often, eh?
But I'm like that with a lot of bands too. Same here.
Iron
First
Maiden.
full length, like Merciful Fate, first
Yeah.
full length Melissa. To me, that's one of the greatest albums ever recorded to me. It's just heavily influenced by Sherman and Denner. Back in the day, love those guys.
I see very often when I interview American bands, they're very much, especially the thrash bands and more heavy bands, they're much always influenced by the European bands. Like always, I see the same names like Scorpions, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, stuff, Merciful Fate. It's very you Americans were, yeah. If you take the old stuff from the US, like REO Speedwagon, Journey, and if you take the really old stuff from Europe, like Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Rainbow, it's much more heavier.
Oh
So
yeah, Europe just blows the United States away when it
yeah,
comes to that. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I know, but it's yeah. I don't know what it is, but later in the 80s, you made a strike back, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Hey, your vocalist Nasty Ronnie, he always looked over the top, you know. Always, this clothing, his spikes. How important was the visual aspect of heavy metal for you guys back in the day, or still?
How important? What?
The visual aspect of heavy metal. How important was
Okay.
it?
It was really more visual for the shows that we did around Tampa, because back in the early days, there would be wrestlers on stage. There'd be girls up there with pythons, and just all kinds of wild stuff that we couldn't take. We couldn't take that with us on the road. So, but as far as like the visual thing, that's just been Ronnie's thing. He's been a wrestling fan his whole life. So that's he enjoys really getting the crowd going, and putting on a show. And I've done a lot of shows with Nancy Savage, and he just, no matter what, there's always something different every other night. It's nothing that's choreographed what he's going to do. He just does things on the fly, just when you just never know what's going to happen. One minute you're looking at him and he's over there, and the next minute he's on the floor or something, and there's a piece of a TV whizzing by your head.
Yeah, that's later on. Yeah.
And he'll be over there smashing cinder blocks or something like that. You just never know. So, but yeah, it was very important, to him. I mean, I enjoyed that part of it too. Of course, the music is the most important thing to me, but Ronnie's very showmanship, has a lot of showmanship, and a very good personality for that. So it was always fun.
Cool. Because that was the next question. What was the idea behind destroying TVs on stage, and wasn't that expensive for the band?
No, all those TVs were always old from like a junkyard or something like that, and people would always bring them to the show. We did a show at the Bang Your Head Fest in Germany in '91.
Yeah.
Okay, so but fans, I think he had a total of 10 TVs on stage that fans brought. He made like a pyramid out of it and got in a football stance and just ran right through the TVs.
Wow.
But yeah, it's from the wrestling thing. He was a big fan of Wendy L. Williams from the Plasmatics. Yeah, her and him were like pen pals. They wrote back and forth to each other all the time back in the day, when you had to write letters. And so he was influenced by her a lot with her stage persona and everything.
Cool. And the lyrical content of your songs. What can you tell me more about the lyrical content of the songs?
Well, that's really more for Ronnie. I mean, Ben wrote some lyrics too, but Ronnie wrote 90% of the lyrics. So it's kind of hard for me to answer that question. He reads a lot. He's really into like the Twilight Zone and the old science fiction movies, and he's really into Jim Morrison and just like poetry and stuff like that. So some of that stuff, I'm like, what in the hell was that? About, that was, I actually wrote the lyrics to one song the whole time in the band, and that was The Morgue. And those lyrics are cheesy, and dated, but it was still fun.
Cheesy lyrics are very, very much fun, I think.
Yeah.
Like we have in Germany. I'm not from Germany, but I'm not far from Germany. Only 1 hour by car, so it's not far. And close to the Ruhrpott. And those Germans, they love it as cheesy as possible, like easy headbanging music, like metal forever. Like. No, yeah, a lot. Yeah, in Holland we don't get that so much. We like the technical, progressive stuff a lot. But in Germany, but they I see this a lot. How just basic heavy metal with easy lyrics. That's the thing.
Yeah. Do you remember Purgatory?
Purgatory, yeah.
From Tampa, they became.
I have their album from them.
Yeah, the guitar player in Purgatory, Bill Owen. That's who I rent from. That's who I live with.
Oh, cool. Is that that blue LP? Yeah, that blue LP
Yeah.
with yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Yes, the what's it? It's got the haunted house on the cover.
Yeah, I have it. Cool.
Yeah, he recorded that down here at Morris Sound with with all those other great bands that recorded there too.
Nice. And the band split it up in 1990, just before the alternative metal and rock styles popped up. What was the reason the band was disbanded and in the beginning of the 90s decade? Because
what happened with me was we had just gotten off of a tour with DRI for Penetration Point.
Yeah.
A very exhausting tour, by the way. We did 60 shows in 65 days, and we put 22,000 miles on our van on that tour. And then we didn't get paid a lot. We were getting screwed by Metal Blade at the time, and I'm just like, I've had enough of this. I've done everything I can. I've tried and tried and tried, and so I quit. And they ended up disbanding probably a couple of weeks after that, and I ended up just getting a regular job and going to work. And I just got tired of doing all these tours and coming back, with nothing pretty much. It was just difficult. So that was really, we had poor management, and that was really, that kind of just sealed the whole deal for me. Was the bad management. We were getting not told everything that we needed to know by Metal Blade. So I just got tired of it. And then we ended up getting back together in 98 and doing the Bang Your Head Fest. And after that, we started doing some shows here and there. And so now it's me and Ronnie are the only two original members left. But we got a solid band right now. We're having some fun. I'm kind of having trouble with my hands right now, but we have a show coming up October 16th in Los Angeles with DRI coming up. Cool. If it happens, I still don't have plane tickets yet. So
no. I got you.
We'll see.
Because you reunited actually two times or three. One time in 1998, but also in returned the second time in 2002, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did my homework. So okay. And your comeback album was made in 2004, Psycho.
Right.
Yeah. Were all your albums released on Metal Blade and reproduced most of your albums over the years?
No, the only albums that were released on Metal Blade were Metal Blade United States were the first three albums.
Yeah.
Penetration Point was released on Rotten Records by Spike Cassidy and
from DRI.
Yeah, Ron. I forgot his last name. I think Ron was their manager. They put a label together and put out a couple of releases. But yeah, that's another one. I don't think we ever even saw a dime from that album. What are you gonna do? I don't even worry about that stuff anymore, though. It's okay.
And I'm a big fan of the Mentors, which is a quite notorious band from the Portland. Was there any link between Nasty Savage and Gardy Lowe from El Duce?
Gardy Lowe was formed by Ben Meyer, Craig Huffman. Craig Huffman, may he rest in peace, was actually the original drummer for Nasty Savage, like in late '82, early '83. But that's the only connection. I'm not a Mentors fan. That's just not for me. But that's okay.
But it's fun, and it's not very much for these correct times. These times, we are very political, sexual correct these days.
Absolutely.
So Mentors would wouldn't reach Metal Blade these days. I think it's very
No,
strange that they had records on such a major label back in those days.
I
I think
know.
yeah, but it was just a question, you know. Anyway, the band once again reformed in 2016. Again, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, we actually got together in 2011 and did a benefit for Curtis Beeson because he had to get a brain operation.
Yeah.
So we all got together and did it. Actually, the whole original lineup got back together for that gig. And then we did another show in 2012. Then Ben and Curtis quit along with Richard. May he rest in peace. And then, then we got in 2016 is when we got Jim Coker. He was in Brutality, and he was in, I can't think of the Contorted. And we got Pete Sykes on guitar, which he was in Brutality as well at one point, and Scott Carino on bass, who actually toured with Death back in like 91, 92.
Okay.
So these are, I've known Jim and, and Scott, some of these guys I've known for 35 years anyway. So,
Cool.
and that's the lineup we've had ever since. Actually, Richard Bateman was in the band for a little while, and he decided to leave again. So right now it's the permanent band that we have. Everything's good. Everybody gets along, and we have a lot of fun. So
cool. Yeah, my friend was Johnny from DMC Group. I helped him a little bit. He was trying to get you over last year, but it was all into Belgium. I heard Belgium, yeah, but it was all, ended up, with the Corona and stuff,
I know. I was really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, me too.
Party Europe. I love that Party Europe.
Yeah.
It's dedicated fans, and they really like their metal, So it was I love being over there. Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, that whole area. Right.
Yeah, that would be planned. That's the tour in Europe. Some shows. I don't know. Were you also had you also Keep It True on the Keep It True from Germany? Was it also
it was going to be like a warm up show for the Keep It True, like a smaller deal. Yeah. We played Keep It True already, so we played there in 2008.
You liked it?
Yeah. Oliver's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Cool festival, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was also several times. Cool. Anyway, but you also have you also planned a new album? To make a new album?
Yeah, we have some new songs. For about the last 2 months, I'm having trouble with a lot of trouble with this hand, my left hand. So I'm using some different kinds of creams and stuff like that, and gonna start taking some turmeric and things like that to see if I can get things back together. Because right now I'm having trouble even making a guitar chord right now. So that kind of held things up, on my end. But hopefully it'll get better. I mean, the last show that we did in April, I was basically in severe pain that whole show. So hopefully I can get that corrected and we can get things rolling again.
We hope so, and we hope to get you back in Europe very soon.
Oh, because I know. I want to come back. Trust me. We want to go over there. It's just, like this California show that we're about to do. I'm just worried. Like, okay, we get off the plane, then if we have to get tested, and somebody gets test positive, then we're quarantined in California for 14 days when you have to come back and go to work and everything. Yeah. So it's a very worrisome situation. It's just you can't just be comfortable like we could a couple of years ago.
No.
Yeah.
So actually, my next question was, how was it that the tour in the European tour was canceled? Well, you already told me it was big shit that it was canceled.
Oh yeah. we also had some shows down in Brazil that we were
Mhm.
going to do
Oh wow.
right before. It would have been before we went to Europe, and all that got canceled, of course. And then we rebooked the shows for 2021. Then they got canceled again. Now we're rebooked in May of 2022, and Mexico City next in July of 2022. So we got shows coming up, but just if I was a promoter right now, I wouldn't want to book anybody because all
No,
of a
me
sudden
either.
you shell all that money and then the show gets canceled, you're screwed, you know. So,
Yeah. I
but
also
I understand. Yeah, it's risky.
it's very risky because you already have to make costs, and you don't get all costs back, I think.
Oh yeah, right. You know, and and a good like a small tour. It's good when everybody's happy. You know,
Yeah, true.
that makes for if the band's not happy or the promoter's not happy, it just it doesn't make for a good tour. So I like for everybody to be happy.
Yeah, it would be best. Well, if you come back after I I will talk to Johnny and will ask him if he still is doing this stuff for Nasty Savage because I would love to see you here around. And then I don't know. He's still booking shows. He's still working on a lot of things, and well, I really hope to see you back very soon.
I hope
So,
so. I hope so
yeah.
too.
And what were the highlights for you as a musician or as the as for the band over the years? What were your musical highlights or?
Musical highlights, I would say probably probably one of my favorite shows of all time was the World War III festival with Possessed and Celtic Frost and Voivod and Destruction.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was a big time highlight right there. A lot of people there, and just all of just and all of the bands were just starting,
yeah,
so
great.
very exciting. That show was the Poland show in
I saw the
1988.
footage, video footage just before. It was amazing, huh? To be in Poland
Yeah.
behind the Iron Curtain back in the day.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. And
Yeah.
the shows in the Netherlands were great.
And
I
Katwijk
think
and Dynamo.
yeah, we've never played Dynamo before.
No, Katwijk you
No,
played, eh? Katwijk you played, eh?
no, we never have. We played on that tour. We played the Scum Club.
Scrum Club in Katwijk on the near the seaside.
Yeah, and then the other one was in Tilburg, I think.
Noorderlicht. I live
Yeah,
there. I live
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was.
yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't there because I was too young, but I know you
yeah.
played in Tilburg in the Noorderlicht Club.
Right. Yeah, and it was just packed too. I mean,
Yeah, my
it was awesome.
treasures, my hometown treasures.
That was that whole tour was a highlight, because every show was great, it was a lot of fun. We were on a tour bus and all that kind of stuff, and it was just exciting, not to be traveling around in a van that you have to put oil in every 20 miles. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I'd say and another really nice highlight, we played in Santiago a few years ago in Chile. This insane crowd.
Yeah, I believe.
From the very first note to the end of the set, they were just going nuts, and it was really cool. That was really nice people there too, dedicated.
Yeah, South America, it's still 80s, 83 there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. You have to check the band of my friend. I have a good friend in Brazil, and you have to check out this band. It's called Amrunias. Amrunias from Sao Paulo. Check them out. They're
Okay.
really
Yeah.
killer.
When we get done, just shoot me a text.
Yeah.
Check
Probably
it
you know
out.
this guy. Probably you have this guy in his list because he has 2 Facebook profiles and have everybody in his list. But it's called Igor Lopez. Igor.
Okay. All right.
But it's great. Anyway, the Brazilians, the South Americans are still, 80s minded. They
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
80s, they sound 80s. Everything is still 80s there. It's awesome. Yeah. Hey, yeah, this crazy tour in Poland. How did you came there? You know, who hooked you up to play in Poland?
Well, Brian Cook was the promoter of the whole tour, which him and Brian Slade.
Metal Mania.
What's that?
The show, the festival was called Metal Mania.
Yeah. We did 3 shows in Poland. We did one, the big one. There was like 10 or 11,000 people there, and then we did 2 other ones. Which one there was like 5,000 people and 3,000 people at the other show. Like
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, three big shows over there. Just
wow.
I remember when we did the one in Katowice that we did, at the arena. They had the at our hotel, they had a red carpet rolled out for us. They had all kinds of food. They had beers and they had shots of vodka ready for us and all that stuff. And
nice.
I just remember they came in and they washed all our clothes, folded it, put it by the bed and everything.
Oh, nice.
Wow, man.
Wow, yeah.
This is cool, So, but yeah, that was fun. I remember walking in that arena, and we didn't even know that backdrop was going to be there. That big old massive red, backdrop.
Wow.
And I just looked at that, and I'm like, good God, that thing was huge, and we couldn't take it back with us because we couldn't get it on the tour bus.
Wow,
So
cool.
big it was. So they made that for us over there. Yeah.
Better than pay to play in some small club in the US.
I like playing in small clubs in the
yeah,
US.
But it's better than like treating like a king. It's better than selling your own tickets, and be happy that there's 25 people showing up.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Now I don't say it happens, but this is a really big thing. Like carpets and everything, food and well, yeah. But that's special for those people. It was really special, and for you and for us, every time bands coming up and passing by. But these people were really waiting for bands outside Eastern Europe, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I think I think the very next year the Iron Curtain was, gone. I think the next year right after that wasn't long.
Cool. With Cat was also playing, Cat from Poland.
Who?
The band Cat from Poland.
I know Wolf Spider played.
Wolf Spider, I have a CD of them. Yeah,
they played. I'm not. I'd have to look. I can't remember. I just remember.
I know this festival. Yeah.
Wolf Spider.
Yeah, cool. And there was any other really cool road stories you can share with us?
Oh wow. Just so many. I mean, I remember the first time we went down to Brazil when we were in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
We had one of the fans of the band. We went over to his house for dinner, and they lived in a palace in the mountains, and they had servants and all kinds of stuff like that. We came in there, and they fed us, and just super nice family.
Nice.
It was just. Yeah, it's amazing just the people that you meet, that how grateful people are and just, how nice people are, just all over the world, no matter where you go. There's a lot of, I know all you see is the bad things on the media and stuff like that. But there's a lot of good people out there,
Yeah, that's true. And was there also some very, very, very bad story to tell, or you want to tell?
Probably, not really a bad story, but we're on tour with DRI. It was right in the middle of winter time in '89. Our van was leaking in the roof. We were sticking gum on the ceiling, trying to get wet. We were all freezing, and there's 5 of us all sleeping together beside each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hardcore. I can't. But we did every single show.
Oh wow.
But that was pretty rough. But that'll see what you're made of right there. If you can handle something like that, you can pretty much handle anything. But another highlight that I skipped over we opened up for Slayer at Lemoore in New York on the Hell Away store.
Ah,
That
killer.
it was Hallows Eve, Nasty Savage, and Slayer at that show.
Wow.
That was a good highlight too. That was a really
I
great show.
believe.
Yeah.
But you come from Florida, you know, and Florida is always great weather, and then you come in a road trip with snow, and for you guys
Yeah.
it will be like you know, always summer beaches in Florida, and then this.
Oh yeah, but it was cool, just to, kind of to see a lot of different things, and get out there in the mountains,
Yeah.
the snow, the rain. And I remember just sliding all over the place because nobody ever drove in the snow because we're all driving around here in Florida. So that was an experience. I'm surprised we never wrecked or anything, but yeah, just so many good experiences on the road.
Cool.
All the people, the food, all the music. Yeah, it's fun. That's why I still like to do it.
What are your best memories about the Netherlands, actually?
About what?
About the Netherlands. What did you really like here in the Netherlands?
Just something about the history and the landscape and the architects. Just the way the buildings and everything.
Yeah.
It's just and everybody was just so nice to us. It was just it's a great experience. I made a lot of friends over there that I still am in contact with on Facebook. We talked about the good old days and just but yeah, it's just one of those places that's always been my favorite. That area right there, I just love it. And just I wish we would have gotten to play in Austria, but we never did. That was another place. We went through Austria, but we never played in Austria. Though.
Austria. I never been in Austria either, so.
Yeah.
It's near Germany, but it's the other side of Germany. I'm lived near the Ruhrpott, which I'm happy with because the Ruhrpott is excellent. Essen, Gelsenkirchen. It's all Creator, Sodom, all these bands, and I also know all these guys, and it's a great scene there. I love it. So
awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, but the Dutch scene is also pretty good, actually, especially in death metal, because thrash metal was always more. We always listened to thrash metal here in Europe, and especially American bands were really, really popular here. But we never had such great thrash bands like Germany or America had.
Right.
But death metal, we have Pestilence, Asphyx. You probably know them. So
yeah.
And how does your life look like at the moment? Any hobbies besides music?
Oh yeah, I mean, I actually just started a new job about 4 months ago, which is going really well, and everything's fine. I'm ready for the NFL football season to start. I'm a big baseball fan, and our
Miami
team.
Dolphins.
I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh yeah, that
Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
And I'm a big Tampa Bay. Yeah, but Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah.
Tampa. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have a Florida team here, but
the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basketball.
Yeah. Not your team?
I'm not a big NBA basketball fan.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I used to be a long time ago, but not. I've just got a lost interest in it. But I'm a big baseball and football guy.
Okay, cool. You ever go to the ground, to the stadium, to the matches?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
And I want to experience that for a long time. I'm a big American sports fan, and we go to. I played for American football myself when for a short while. I wasn't good enough, so it's very difficult group sport for me. But I tried, and I love ice hockey. I love basketball. I love American sports, but yeah, I was one time at the NFL match, but that was in England at the England, London games, but I really want to go to America to see some match. Would love to.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive, yeah. Is
Yeah.
the text?
Oh yeah. It's like to go to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, you're probably talking $150.
Okay, but I have worked it. I do it if I'm there. I will do it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool. Hey, and you are married. What?
No, I'm single. I have 2 kids.
You have 2 kids.
Yeah, one. My son will be 18 shortly, and I have a 20-year-old daughter, and I haven't been married in 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, and one of my last questions is: we already spoke about it in the beginning. Do you also listen to metal? Do you only listen to metal, or do you have some guilty pleasures? You already talked about the Simple Minds and stuff. So, what are your guilty pleasures? What do you really love besides metal?
Like I said before, I listen to a lot of jazz fusion, a lot of it. Just that some of the older stuff like Return to Forever, that's got Al Di Meola and Chick Corea, some of those just old school, jazz fusion guys. And, I'll put it on Spotify and put on Fusion Fest. That's what it's called. And it just, randomly plays different bands that are jazz fusion. But, like the other day, I listened to Unleashed in the East all the way through from top to bottom.
Great live album.
Priest. Yeah, just a absolute masterpiece. Yeah.
Live album.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just unreal. But I listen to a lot of Rainbow, listen to a lot of Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Listen to I try to find some new thrash metal bands to listen to that I haven't heard.
Sent you.
Some of that stuff. So yeah, I'm all over the place. I even bust out some Duran Duran sometimes.
Yeah. The Reflex.
Some of the old
flex,
stuff.
flex. Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you get older and metal is always if you are a metalhead, you always be a metalhead, I think. But sometimes you also get bored, and you have to change a little bit. But yeah, if the metal comes always first, that's the most important. Metal for life, I think. For me, at least.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Yeah. I really, really hope to see you back in Europe. Actually, not see you back in Europe. For me, it will be the first time to see you because I haven't seen you as far as I remember. Because I was at many shows, but many things are for a long time ago. I don't know where I was sometimes, but I really hope to see you in the near future in Europe, and when you're here, we do an interview again with you and Ronnie together.
Sure, absolutely.
And that will be great with some really good beers and some yeah, that's a good thing, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
all right, good talking to you, Mark.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Oh man, sorry.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really delayed all the time, but I'm really happy that we finally met on Skype now. And I give you my channel. We'll give you the link of my channel. Please subscribe, like everybody here have to do it as well. Subscribe, like, and share.
I will. Yeah, once you send me a link, I'll make sure, and you just let me know when when it's gonna air, and then I'll make sure I'll put it on my Instagram and Facebook and everything. So.
It would be cool if you share it around, and more people will see it on the band page and stuff. Yeah, would be cool. That would be really highly appreciated.
All right, no problem, Marco.
Yeah. Now, thank you very much for your time.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Pleasure.
Is there any last word you want to say to us?
Everybody that watches us, right now we're having a little bit of trouble because of my hands issues. Hopefully we can, I can get that fixed soon, and we can continue, because we have 3 or 4 brand new songs that are really, really good songs. So we, hopefully in the future we can do maybe a 5-song EP or something like that. But we're still working on it. We're hanging in there. We want to play as much as everybody else does. A lot of guys around here, like Obituary, who have been tight with for 35 years. They have a tour coming up with Black Label Society, and they're wondering if it's going to get canceled now. So it's a bummer. A lot of these guys that I know, that's what they do for a living. So hopefully we can all get through this. And eventually, I just unfortunately have a feeling this is never going to go away, for some reason. But hopefully one day we can get back to normal and get out there on the road.
Then we all broke.
Yeah. Right.
Because nobody can do something, then we all broke. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. I see you have the Melissa t-shirt. Wear the Melissa t-shirt. What are you talking about? Merciful Fate. The t-shirt. The t-shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, great. And the Nasty Savage banner in the background.
Oh, that's just something that I made for a friend of mine for Christmas, and we all autographed it and everything for Bill Owen. Bill Owen, the guy that I was telling you about, the guitar player in Purgatory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You talk about. Yeah. I will play the record later on to remind me about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Dave, thank you very much for your time.
All right, brother.
I will make a shot. I will make a shot for the wallpaper. Cool. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. I hope we meet soon. And share, subscribe on our channel, and check out the weekly updates we are doing. We are doing weekly updates with interviews, reviews, demo uploads, a lot of things. Just check it out. It's really cool. I hope you will like it. We have some great girls for working for me as well. Some really beautiful girls. So you had the honor to do it with an ugly guy, but some have the.
All right, brother. I'll see you, man.
See you, bro. Ciao.
Tides rise, the tides fall. A crash of thunder, storm ages all. Save the world. We're ending ice. Save the world. We're ending fire. She has tasted the sweet desire.